What is up?
Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check. Wondering how it sounds on the mic. Let's just see how it's going.
Um, and then let's just bring this over.
So it's just gonna take a second. We're just getting some vocals in, trying to see how the mic's doing. Got the new setup, still having trouble with the mic.
I wouldn't call it trouble, but we're still experimenting out with it, right? We're seeing how loud we need to talk, how loud we need to speak.
Let's just see how it's going.
And then let's just bring this over.
So it's gonna take a second.
Very
We're
muffled.
getting some vocals in, trying to see how the mic's doing. Got the new setup, still having trouble with the mic.
I wouldn't call it trouble, but we're still experimenting out with it, right? All right. We're seeing how loud we need to talk. Now let's test that out. We're testing that out.
Testing it out, see how muffled we still or don't sound.
Now test that out. We're testing that out.
Testing it out, see how muffled we still or don't sound.
A little bit better, no?
I'd say we're good, ladies and gents.
I think so as well. I'm gonna go ahead and just adjust it like this because this should pick up both of our sides right here. I think if I have any understanding about how microphones work at all, I hope I do.
I don't understand anything.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us on Talking High Culture. We are a channel that talks about all things cannabis. We enjoy cannabis news, cannabis culture, cannabis entertainment, and of course, the cannabis itself. So let's go ahead and get started with the smoke.
I do think if you do get too high, it will cut it off on the volume because
Okay, I'll run that again.
Yeah. I don't know if that's how it is, but it seems that once you hit above that, that it's probably just going to cut everything out as well.
So kind of keep it more towards this about right here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us on Talking High Culture. We are a channel that likes to focus in on cannabis news, cannabis culture, cannabis education, and the cannabis itself. So first things first, let's get smoking. Logan, what do we have here to smoke right now?
We have some
Allswell flower.
all well and some midnight bliss.
Midnight bliss.
Oh yeah.
Can I get a smell of the flower itself? We have a hybrid here. Right. Allswell is greenhouse flower grown by the same growers as Black House. I believe they're subsidiary. It's sweet. It's airy. It's got like a sweet grass to it. It's kind of gassy, but like diesely gassy. It's called Midnight Bliss, but just based off of the smell profile alone, I kind of get more like sativa like terps.
Good sativa. Good sativa.
Oh, you killed that whole bowl right there.
No, it doesn't have much left.
No, there you go. If you are just joining us right now, please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out our Instagram page as well as the rest of our YouTube channel. We have tons of videos just like this where we're talking about all things cannabis. Don't forget to share this with everybody that you know. Your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your cousin,
Your dog.
your dog, your dog's brother,
Your dog's cousin.
your dog's cousin's brother's homie, his ex-wife, because you know what happened between them wasn't too good.
I know.
He knows. Right?
Okay, they keep calling. I don't got a room for him.
They that not only do they keep calling, they keep barking. Let me get it here. Oh, Logan's packing a nice bowl for me. This is how I wish you guys could see.
They call it substantial.
That's a
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
substantial bowl. All right.
They call it substantial. Yeah, yeah. So I was just gonna have to. Definitely got to get in here on this mic. That's for sure. The best way to talk is through the mic like this. I wonder why. Yeah, using the mic otherwise is a terrible idea. And we're going to get better mics. That's for damn sure.
Well, to be fair, this type of microphone is designed for kind of being this close to you. I feel I've seen the marketing for it shows it pretty close. We have it about a foot and a half away, but I do believe that it wants to be this close to you. What I really like about this microphone though is it's got weight to it, but it's still pretty lightweight. 100. Yeah, 100% better. All right, cool. So this is how we're running it. And for the third time, I'll wait for for you to get back up. Thank you for joining us on Talking High Culture. We are live. We are a cannabis channel. We are a channel that is dedicated to the cannabis culture, cannabis news, cannabis education, and of course the cannabis itself. We have already gotten started smoking on some All's Well Midnight Bliss, which had a very sweet terpene profile aroma. Um, and it's actually hitting me pretty well. Logan needs a lighter. We are working with this. I think we should get Mike next, dedicated ones with a stand that's probably like right about right here. Um, this does have a mount, but the mount is dedicated for the Razer brand. I do have a tripod. Like if we would be able to mount this onto the tripod just right here, it would be a lot better. But unfortunately, this does not work with that.
This does not work with that. Couldn't have said it better here, my folks. And we're going to bring it on over to Logan and Marco down the way. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with Logan and Marco at THC headquarters. We're trying to tell you how the hell to get high and how the heck to get by. Because we're giving you the deals, the info, and all you need to get your weed. You know what I'm saying? This is THC. All right. We are talking about the DCC brochure for new cannabis users because they feel like it's important to let these people know what they're consuming and what it does. Take it away, Marco.
Cool. So yeah, as Logan said, we're about to get into looking at the brochure that the DCC is. Oh shit! Hold on, I'm a little high.
Little. You can work a lot. Who texted? Wait, did somebody text? What? Hello?
See, Mike's right there. Okay, give me 1 second.
Fuck.
Wait, somebody texted me. Hello? See, Mike's right there. Okay, give me 1 second.
Honestly, I don't think these clips would have been usable as it is.
We're gonna beat.
What?
Well, because we didn't get any of that audio.
We're gonna do it again?
Pretty good.
Wait, is it getting all this?
It's getting this right here. Ah, see, Mike's right there. Give me 1 second. Honestly, I don't think these will think of any people as it is. Let's give it a chance and see through it. You wanna start off or? All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're running it one more time. That's why we're doing it live, and then that's why we do live streams. This will be all edited up into a nice, clean YouTube video later on, not right now. Right now, we do the hard stuff and we do the live stuff, and we're running it again. So what we have here is a brochure from the Department of Cannabis Control. The Department of Cannabis Control is responsible for regulating how cannabis users consume cannabis in California, and they're also responsible for making sure dispensaries do what they have to do to get that information in your hands. This is one of those things. It's a brochure that gives you information on cannabis and just the bare bones of what you should need to do before you start consuming. We're going to jump right into it. The Department of Cannabis Control wants you to know that consuming higher potency THC products does not mean a better cannabis experience. Higher potency THC products are harder to control and come with a higher risk of adverse effects. Using them often may cause dependency in some people. We tell people all the time, if you're consuming 30 plus percent over and over and over again, they're like, why isn't this stuff getting me high again? It's like, well, you're producing too much, you're producing too many matching cannabidiol parts. You're producing too many, oh my God, I'm fucking you're producing too many particles that are too many molecules that are matching with those THC molecules, and you need to lower your THC percentage regulation in order to actually start getting high again off of those higher percentages. If you're new to cannabis, be careful with higher potency products like concentrates and vape cartridges. We've talked about it before. When kids, even these days, are getting into their 21, into the recreational usage of cannabis, some of their first instances, some of consumption is going to be through dabbing or through the vape carts. And that's very different from how, maybe if you started off with flower back in the day, that is probably better off for them. But that's besides the point. We do know that it can be a very out of body experience if you're used to flower for a long period of time. And then you just suddenly switch to vape carts or try it out for the first time, usually gets you pretty fucking raw. If you're buying cannabis, compare labels and consider lower potency THC products. The reason why I think that they would recommend it is because lower potency THC products have higher emphasis on the other terpenes and other cannabinoids that are in the plant. Just generally speaking, flower with less than 20% THC or edibles with close to 5 milligrams per serving. So they just saying, hey, try out lower stuff because it's out there on the market. If you're inhaling cannabis products, wait between puffs until you feel the full effect. I feel like that's very general in terms of smoking joints, maybe even a pipe. Although with a bong, I definitely feel like I feel the effect within like 3 minutes top. Right. That's pretty fucking quick. Mm-hmm. The DCC also wants you to know some information about pregnancy and breastfeeding. There are risks to your baby from using cannabis. Your baby consumes what you do. Do not consume cannabis if you are pregnant or maybe pregnant or breastfeeding. Trust me, I as a parent know that
cannabis, once it gets introduced to your life, it's probably not going away. They just recommend that during this specific time period, take a break, so that way your it doesn't get into that way your baby doesn't absorb any of it. Because this includes inhaling cannabis, so smoking, vaping, and dabbing, eating or drinking cannabis products, applying cannabis infused creams or lotions. No matter how you consume cannabis, THC and other chemicals will be passed to your baby through the placenta and breast milk. So just make sure that during that time you're not consuming cannabis. We've had guests come in before who are pregnant, and it's definitely been a moral quandary to be selling to them. And it's like, hey, look, we don't want to be selling to them, but at the same time, it is our job, and it's, unless they ask us, hey, should I be doing this? We can't really step our foot in and say you shouldn't be doing this. Right. If you use medical cannabis, ask your doctor about alternative treatments during pregnancy or while breastfeeding.
Well, if I was a man and I was pregnant, I wouldn't do it. Type shit. Hit him with that. Be like, yeah, if I was pregnant. Oh gosh, that's funny.
Yeah, I can't speak to that. I can't speak to say, hey, if I was, but this is what science is
They're like,
telling us.
I'm a dude. I don't know even remotely how you feel. Or shit, I probably smoke weed just like you. So I'm probably.
We're gonna take a break to smoke really quick.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. We're taking a bit of a break real quick. Um, it's a bit of a we're taking a bit of a smoking break. Let me get a bowl together. I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's very, 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 what's that supposed to mean? Oh, audio.
The audio stream current bit rate 0 is lower than the recommended. So it was during the time where we weren't having any audio going, right? And it was probably opening this up.
I wonder where that was.
Yeah. All I did was turn it off and on again, and then it worked. Here, take your hit because I'm gonna have you jump right into it after.
I'm tired of this, man, bro.
No, no. Well, now we're right back to where we were. We covered the 20 minutes in 5. So and let me jump back to
Yeah.
Woo. Gotta clip that into the fucking clip. Me blowing out the smoke right before I'm. Anyway, that's the hit. Effects of cannabis use. Wondering what to expect when can you when cannabis using?
Wondering what cannabis you expect.
Effects of cannabis use. Wondering what to expect when using cannabis? Cannabis has two major chemicals that affect the brain differently. THC, a tetrahydrocannabinol, makes you feel high. How you feel depends on how much THC you take, and the effects can vary from person to person. And CBD, cannabidiol, doesn't make you feel high, but can have other effects that are beneficial. The effects of using cannabis may include trouble with thinking or remembering and problem solving, seeing or hearing things that aren't real with high doses or high potency, feeling like time is moving slower or faster, feeling relaxed or paranoid, having mood swings, having increased or decreased anxiety, or feeling dizzy. I can 100 for sure 100% for sure say that the feeling of time being slow is probably the number one first thing that you feel as a new high person, like trying THC out for the first time. Because uh yeah, it's like time dilation. You feel like, yo, what is going on? Like it feels like today has lasted way longer than it has. Um yeah, for sure.
When you first start smoking weed and you first start getting THC in your system and you experience that time dilation, you start to feel like every single particle in your body. I miss those days.
Yeah.
I really do. Because now I smoke and it's just so I don't feel sore from the gym.
I smoke to maintain, not to even get high, to maintain the dependency that I need on weed essentially because it's so a part of my routine that like I'm just like it needs to be there or else I'm kind of like if it's not, I'm feeling some type of way. And it's not I don't even need it like that, I guess. Is what I try to tell myself.
It, for me, and now I'm not gonna like weed does wear on you over time. It's not always sunshine and rainbows 24/7, right? It's not always sunshines and rainbows 24/7 when it comes to smoking weed, but I will say that everything is a lot more appealing if I'm high, right? Everything is a lot more. I will say that everything is a lot more appealing if I'm high to the point where it's like if there's something that I don't really want to do, I'm comfortable doing it if I'm lit, right?
I don't know if is probably like higher,
As high as it goes.
put podcast or anything on.
Yeah. All right.
The zero. Let's see it.
Okay. Cool.
Everything is a lot more appealing. Everything is a lot more.
Aside from those, having dry mouth or bloodshot eyes are also symptoms, relieving pain and reducing nausea slash vomiting, impaired movement and coordination, feeling hungry, or faster heartbeat or lower blood pressure. What's funny to me about all these, I'm gonna just scoot up, right? Is that they're kind of like it could be this or it could be that, right? So, uh, feeling like time is moving slower or faster, right? Like what? Like feeling relaxed or super paranoid, right? Like that goes into the mood swings, or having increased or decreased anxiety. It's like it could go either way, and I think that's very funny when it comes to cannabis, is because like they generalize it as indica to sativa with some of those things, but honestly, like depending on your set and setting, it really could go either way with all that. So they have to go out of the way to say, it's like, yeah, I could really like you got to know what you're getting into. You want to get yourself with ethics.
Edibles. Start low, go slow. Use extra caution as delayed onset. Use extra caution as the delayed onset of edibles can have unintended effects. If you consume a cannabis edible like brownies, gummies, or an infused beverage, it can take up to 2 hours to begin feeling the effect. and up to 4 hours to feel the full effect. This is much slower than smoking or vaping, and the high can feel stronger. Start with a small amount of THC, 5 milligrams or less, and wait at least 2 hours to see how you feel. When consuming edibles, you can always take more later, but you can't take it back. Drive high, get a DUI. Driving under the influence of cannabis is illegal. It increases your risk of getting into an accident. Penalties for driving high are the same as driving drunk. I will say this, I just saw something the other day that said most of cannabis users smoke or no drive. Uh, no, 80% of weed users drive after using weed.
Mhm. Oh, they do. They just do drive after smoking weed.
Yeah,
Oh, shoot. Okay.
yeah, a lot.
I thought. Well, go for it.
I would say a lot more of the actual smokers of weed also drive. You know,
Um, high is what I was saying. Drive high.
Where I thought you were going with that was that that there was a study that was recently published that showed that shows that stoners are actually okay drivers in general and safer by their alcoholic counterparts for those who drive with getting a DUI. Because I did see that on Marijuana Moment for last week's article that we were going to do, but we ended up doing a little bit more of a impromptu last Wednesday. But we could definitely go over it this Wednesday. That does show that, right?
dude. Thinking about those times when I was high back as a fucking high schooler and being in the car, yo, there was like a spaceship. So I don't blame them for not wanting people to not drive when they're high. Cause yeah, when you're a rookie and you're high trying to drive, that's an issue and a half, if you ask me. That's crazy. Uh, and if it's too big of a task, don't fucking drive. Sleep it off. That's what you should do. Uh, but yeah, some people are just too into that shit. Anyway, we're on to the mental health section. Mental health. There are potential risks to your mental health from cannabis use. Research suggests that mental health disorders may develop or worsen from daily cannabis use, near daily cannabis use, high potency cannabis use. These types of use these types of uses have been linked to cannabis use disorder and may lead to hallucinations, schizophrenia, depression, anxiety, temporary psychosis, thoughts of self harm, suicide attempts, and suicide.
I, I'd like to say that while this is all true, right? I do believe in all of this. Um, if you have certain mental health disorders, there is a potential that cannabis may worsen those conditions. Me myself, I have been in the situation. Me myself, I have been in that situation where cannabis has made mental health issues worse. I will say at that same time, cannabis has done far more good in my particular circumstances for mental health than harm. It has allowed me to have that time dilation, as we spoke of earlier, to a point where I am able to slow down how fast my thoughts are going if I experience any kind of anxiety or any kind of worry. I'm able to slow down my thoughts to an extent where I am able to think a little bit more clearly. So for me, in my particular instance, I can see how this is all true, but also keep in mind the good that cannabis can do as well. Logan's waiting on an e-bike. It'll come in. I see it now. uh, Speaking of children, minors and young adults, our brains actively develop until the age of 25. Using cannabis regularly while younger than 25 can cause long term problems with thinking and mental health. Parents be aware. Edibles and other cannabis products can mistaken uh, parents beware. Edibles and other cannabis products can be mistaken for food or candy. Like medications, you should keep cannabis products in a child resistant packaging. Store and dispose of cannabis products where they cannot be easily seen or accessed by children and pets. This is something that I feel very strongly for. I am very direct and clear with my son. I'm open about cannabis. I say, hey, look, this is the department, this is the cannabis logo, right? This is essentially poison for children. If you touch this stuff or if you interact with this stuff, it's not going to be good for you or your health, right? Just don't touch it. You're open in communication with your children. If they already know a little bit about alcohol, if you just liken it to that, or if they don't know anything about alcohol because you're not a drinker, right? Then you just have the same conversation with that as you would expect somebody else to have it with alcohol. Um, I think it's very important to be honest and direct with your children, especially if we want to make sure that cannabis gets destigmatized and the taboo gets lifted off of it. Then you just got to be open and be like, yeah, dude, don't touch that stuff. That's dad stuff. That's mom stuff. Like, just don't. And again, as a parent, you have to be responsible and know when is appropriate to do it and not to do it, right? And then how much you consume, right? These are all things that they're getting into. And I believe that everything that we've covered in this pamphlet kind of directs, especially towards parents, how you can guide you yourself as a parent or as any adult, right, who's consuming cannabis, but also specifically in a way that's safe for everybody else around you, right, is important. They also provide some phone numbers here. The California Poison Control, the Animal Poison Control, Department of Cannabis Control, and the Department of Public Health. They provide some phone numbers there in case you have any further questions or if you want to know more information or if you have any issues whatsoever. Now, here's where we get to the really interesting part. Um, to ensure you have the most updated information from the Department of Cannabis Control, there is a QR code. You actually can't see it underneath our THC logo, so let me get rid of that. Boom. Um, Sources. Yeah, get rid of that. Boom. So you might still not be able to see it because it might be in the corner of the YouTube video where our logo is still present overlaid. But this QR code right here is supposed to link you to more information regarding all of this, or at least the same information. When following that QR code, you are linked to page not found, and the page you requested is not found. If we had tinfoil, our hats would be on. That's all I'm saying. Right? If we had tinfoil, like we would be conspiracy theorizing as to why they're not pushing out this information. But that is a question, is like, why is this website not having information to be provided when you have a QR code that's linked to it? I know myself as having talking high culture, having linked to a QR code on a sticker, and first time I didn't pay for the QR code for Shopify for a month, right? And it was linking to page not found, and how that can totally disrupt your growth, right? Is when you're trying to get all this out there, and then they're trying to scan a QR code, and there's no information. It's like, okay, well, what are they going to do? This is just not worthless, but it's not really helpful for you as a brand, for you as a content creator, for you as somebody who is trying to push information or push education. So it's definitely something that's questionable.
Yes.
Let's, let's get back to it. We're gonna get back to smoking really quick. Bum, bum, bum. We were able to fix the audio situation due to Rick. He let us know that the audio wasn't showing up, and that's why.
Ugh. Yeah, we have to figure out a mic situation because this is terrible.
It's not terrible, but It's gonna get better in 2 weeks because we are full time workers.
Good thing came for you. Yes, that's accurate. Very muffled, Abby. Very muffled, actually. Muffled.
Well,
Yeah, damn it.
it is what it is. We're gonna figure out that mic
I honestly
situation.
feel like you could probably just turn that one off and we go, laptop mic and it'd be better, bro.
I have the clip mic. You don't think it'll work?
With my laptop mic. I honestly feel like this it would be better than this.
Okay.
We're trying out laptop. Yeah, we're gonna figure out that mic. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Ha ha hoo ha hee ha. What happened? What happened? Wait, is the audio? Whoa, 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 whoa. How's it sounding? How's it sounding? That's the laptop mic. Putting it a little closer. I hate it when Logan gets close to me. It's kind of weird. I can still hear y'all. Well, that's good. You're in my bubble, dude. Actually, I do need you to get closer. Way better, bro. Way better. That's insane. That is insane, bro.
That is kind of way.
Oh my gosh, that's crap. What if I just boost this right here? And then that way, if we get too loud, that is insane. That's insane.
That is pretty crazy, actually,
I don't know. Why didn't we just go off?
because
We're not going through the brochure again. We're not. We're fucking not. This dude wants to so bad right now. I'm not doing that shit, bro. No fucking chance, dog. No chance. Zero chance. Um, you're gonna do a fucking read of that, and you're gonna put in pictures, or you're gonna take what we said and then
I'll probably fix up the audio. Right?
yeah,
So this will probably not be live on YouTube, or like I'm gonna probably remove it right as soon as we finish up here. Uh, and thank you for joining us, Abby. Of course, thank you for joining us.
you
Fucking
are
smoke one out with us.
you're the best. We're gonna smoke some. He's gonna pack one because yeah,
Or here, let me just give you weed.
his discretions are way worse. And
My
yeah,
discretions.
compared to what we were sounding like earlier, I don't blame you for not wanting. Nobody fucking wanted to listen to that. That was bad.
What's crazy to me is how this is better. No, what's crazy to me is like how it does sound better.
I just
Like, what's up with that? Like, why would the laptop mic sound better than the professional dedicated microphone? Like, would you think that? Would you think that a laptop mic would sound better, or at least have a better experience than a dedicated microphone?
she said she's smoking on the frostbite joint. I think that is a slugger. Is that a slugger?
I don't know.
I think that's a slugger. Correct me if I'm wrong. I broke down a slugger into a bowl. Powder weed.
Yeah.
No trim, not trim, not even trim. I guess powder is a little bit better than trim. But yeah, it was straight powder. I was like, damn. I wonder why these hit that way. Break one down into a bowl, home slice. All right, all right, all right.
I should know.
Can't hash this out for the homeless eyes up in the snizzle. No, we're not using your bowl. I just told Marco we're not using his bowl because it's a terrible bowl, and I can't knock this out, so you have to let me hit more of it.
Things stoners say. Uh, that's a typical thing stoners say between each other. Is like, no, we're not using your bowl. We're not using your this or your that. Right. That's when you have like the homie that you smoke with, where you have like gear that's like not interchangeable, yeah, interchangeable, but like say, oh, we'll use mine of this, but yours of that.
Yeah, exactly. We're using his bong, but my bowl because his bowl fucking sucks.
But my bond is. You
Oh,
guys,
Frostbite the Smoking Promises. Oh, how is it?
oh,
Let us know how that
we
is.
also have some smoking promises. We have some orange cream and some
Oh, we have orange cream?
not orange cream, purple creamsicle.
Bro, don't say that, bro. How you gonna say that around me and expect me not to geek out about that shit? It's like saying we're going bowling
We
without the Gold Star Casino Bowling League.
we also have smoking promises. We have purple. Oh no, we have purple creamsicle and sugar rush. I'm getting sweet themed weed because I'm really trying to cut out the sugars. Like I'm really trying to cut out all that stuff. So, uh, by the way, you guys like this shirt? I'm swimming in it. Logan gave it to me. And it says, "The end with roses and a heart."
I just bought this shirt and wouldn't fit me no more.
Boy,
So I gave it to my friend and he likes it.
I do.
Dank on the cheap. Ooh, swaggerino, diggity doo. Yeah, they're actually not bad, that's for sure. From what we've smoked from them so far, been some chillski vibes coming from Smoking Promises, which actually started from the Broken Promises clothing brand, uh, which is crazy. Um,
Yeah.
I wonder if that's going to open up into industry a little bit more. I mean, it kind of happened flip flop, seeing as how cookies was weed and then became clothing. I guess you could kind of do it the opposite way if you have the you know the foot in the door.
When we first had when we first had smoking promises come in, Logan was like, "Oh, I wonder if that's a play on like broken promises." And lo and behold, it's literally them. Like, so I think that's really cool and kind of funny. It's ironic. It's ironic. I had the bushy, had the chronic.
Bro, you know what's funny? You know what's funny?
What's funny?
Not you.
What the fuck? That was supposed to be funny. That was a reference
Damn, I
to
got
Ice Cubes. It was a good day. You're not gangsta.
I got your ass. All right.
That's me out there.
So,
Oh yeah, let me go ahead and take another fucking hit.
we are going to end this off today with some me and Marco trying to freestyle. I don't give a fuck. We're doing this. I don't think it'll work though because if a beat's playing and there's actual speaking, it won't come out right. Why does my hand look so weird right there? Is that how my hand looks?
Yeah, that is how your hand looks.
That's how my hand looks.
Yeah, everybody sees your hand exactly.
And they think it looks weird.
Yeah, they think yeah.
Everyone else sees your hand, and everyone else thinks it looks weird.
They're like, that's the weirdest hand I've ever
Dude,
seen.
what happens to the lighter when you get it, bro?
What are you talking about?
Like fucking shit. It disappears every time Marco gets it. He swallows it and does something with it.
Well, you just said when I do it, I swallow it whole.
Who taught you that?
It all started the day I was born.
What is that business model of the weed and clothing line combo? Yeah,
Oh,
what is that?
hold on. Let me take that. That's kind of what we're doing though. Like not what we are doing, but what our intention is like Totem High Culture is a brand, right? So we do have certain merchandise, certain clothing that we want to associate with it, right? And that is something that we would probably do before we have
tangible working cannabis farm, cannabis grow operation. That is something that's in the works and hopefully can happen sooner rather than later, crossing my fingers. But for the time being, there is a merchandising, there is a YouTube, there is a marketing aspect to talking high culture that we then have to migrate into a farm or cultivating following that we then migrate into a cannabis grow operation, which I'm very excited for the day that we're able to step out of our current jobs to say, hey, look, we're going to go sell weed on our own. Right. Sell weed? Sell some weed? Ah, 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 ah. Take it. You guys smoking in the back room? No, we smoking in my room. This is technically my room, but nothing's in here, so it's a studio now. Hey, 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 it's the studio. Hey, this is Studio 41 right here. Hey, no, Studio 420. Studio 420. If that's not already like a production company, I call it. I'm just saying. 420 Studio Madness, Studio 420, Golden Globe. No, Gold Star Casino Bowling League. 420 Casino. 420. Gold Star Casino Bowling League 420. Madness, Goodness, Ultra 3000. I'm way too high for you. You're not high enough, actually. Take a hit. I'm way too high for this right now. And I am not in. So fucking stupid. This is exactly how I end up like trying to get out of situations, laughing my way out of it every time. But you can't laugh your way out of life, Logan. Yeah. Just laughing, put my head down, out of life. Ah! Hey, I can't offer you workers' comp, so you're gonna have to say that happened. Well, good thing you don't employ me yet. Exactly. And I don't employ you yet. Yeah. Imagine the dynamic of like, uh, oh, that's my boss during these hours, but during these hours, I'm their boss. Yeah, right? Like that makes yeah, yeah. You're like, okay, so before lunch, that's our boss, Marco, and that's his right hand man, Logan. But after lunch, that's our boss, Logan, and that's his right hand man. No, and that's his left hand. Dude, like, why is it not a right? Yeah, I'm left-handed. Yeah. Are you actually? Yeah, dude, I'm not even fucking kidding. I'm left-handed. That's actually crazy.
Do you think
I'm
we're
pretty
something
sure.
down to
I'm
present?
pretty sure Chris is left-handed too. What are the odds of us having two left? I'm pretty sure the odds are not that crazy on that one. Or no, they're pretty crazy on having two left-handed best friends. They're best friends. Yeah, good friends. I just think it's funny how how you're gonna say that, and I'm not your best friend. Who's your best friend? Who's your best friend? Jesus Christ. Let me see all your best friends right now. Why am I not in your top? Is all I'm gonna say. I just think it's funny how I'm not in your top. You definitely don't have an emoji. That's for sure. Oh, I don't have an emoji. Why does he get a basketball and I? I almost blew this shit out, bro. That's what she said. All right, ladies and gents, we're gonna cut it at an hour. See if we can film something off camera. Um, get some use out of this. Thank you for joining us on Talking High Culture. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Again, we are a channel that talks all things cannabis. We are working on our audio and mic situation, but thank you for joining us anyways. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with everyone you know, and smoke lots of weed in the name of our Lord and Savior cannabis.